This is Astro Geeks TV, and I am your host, Karina Dean, bringing you the Jupiter and Scorpio series, and we're just about done finishing this up. This video is for Virgos. All my Virgos out there, if you are a Virgo sun, moon, and especially Virgo rising, this story and this Jupiter Scorpio video is for you. Now, the story that I'm preparing here for you is all about Jupiter's transit through Scorpio, which is happening from August 11th, 2017 to November of 2018. Okay, so this is about a year transit, and Jupiter makes trines to Neptune, which is in Pisces. And this is where the concept of the story is coming from when I'm doing the series. And for you, the story is ignited in your partnerships. But we will talk about how Jupiter in Scorpio is going to illuminate your house of communication, writing, and social media. So let's get started. I'll be using the Triple Goddess Tarot deck as well. This is an astrology reading, but the Triple Goddess will help to give me a summarization of what would be useful for you to focus on for this next year in order to utilize the expansion and good fortune that Jupiter is bringing into your lives. Okay, let's get started. All right, so Jupiter in Scorpio is going to be bringing lots of expansion to how you write and how you communicate, especially on social media. The third house from Virgo is ruled by Scorpio, and naturally you keep secrets in your social media. You keep secrets on how you communicate, and you're not one to be very revealing at all. You're very intense with how it is that you communicate, and all of this is coming up and being expansive as Jupiter transits this area for you for the next year. So this does mean that you may be more willing to communicate. You also might also deal with more secrets that you're willing to share, or secrets that might be coming out more about you during this time. Now, Jupiter is a planet of protection, so if there's anything that you don't want to be coming out during this time, well, Jupiter will help to provide that protection for you in the desires that you, on how you like to be revealing. But you may be a little bit more revealing than you like, and when you are, it'll be very powerful, and it will be a long awaited reveal because you don't tend to be very revealing. So this is why, because you've got Scorpio, the house of deep, dark depths, covering a natural home, which is communicative. So this year is about when you're being revealing, what is being revealed, and to what capacity, and how it will influence those who have been waiting around to get this revolution about you. So this is naturally in the area of social media, but classically this can also just be in a written email, a book, a letter as well. Now this is also the home of the house that represents your transportation. And so when Jupiter comes here, your ability to be moving around in the local community is also going to be very expansive. You may find yourself being even more active in your local community. And Jupiter is going to be making some what we call squares to the North Node and South Node at the beginning of 2018. And what is happening for you is a lot of your desires are being pushed into the direction of charity. So that's because of the North Node. Now with Jupiter being in your third house of the local community, this gives an even more refined idea of how you're feeling more pressure to put yourself out there and to reveal about yourself is in due to wanting to be more charitable, wanting to give back, and wanting to be seen on that kind of level in the neighborhood, basically. Now, transportation could also mean that this might be a time where you improve something about your transportation, like maybe getting a brand new car, or finding a new way to like get to work, or something simple like that, but it could really revitalize how you relate to your community. So you might have been dealing with some lessons when it comes to how you get around. And the story goes that you've dealt with some insecurities with your partnership, and there's something about your reservations and how you've held on to your partnership. You've been able to preserve that part while you're dealing with these lessons that you've been dealing with over the past few years about how you get around, right? And how you're also seen as a partnership on social media. And this is because of Jupiter trining Pisces, which is Neptune in Pisces. Now, why I say it's been sensitive, this preservation in your area of relationship, is because Chiron has been there for the past like 18 months, a year to 18 months. And so recently, it's been even more about that relationship and how sensitive it is to be seen with your relationship in this local community or in this social media or communications platform. So these are the themes that are coming out for you, and this is the story. And the story is that even through the sensitivities of what has been going on in your relationships, right, you've been able to preserve them. And for the past few years, the story is also that you've been restricted and delayed in how it is that you want to communicate in a way that feels like you're in control of it and that you feel powerful and that you look good in this communication. So this year brings that story to light, and now a lot more things can come to light, and you feel more comfortable about how it is being brought to light as well. You'll also be seen as very wise when it comes to your style and communicating, and maybe even a little more subliminal than you've allowed or embraced about yourself, because you're almost naturally subliminal in your communication, Virgo, with Scorpio there. Scorpio is a strategic communicator when it comes into the house of writing and language. There might be a relationship to different languages that you're starting to embrace or bringing back or reviving again. And this also has a lot to do with the fact that it's kind of been hidden, that's kind of been suppressed for the past few years. So Jupiter is bringing you the translation that you have been looking for, and this translation is going to be the way that others see you in a light that you are happy with. And if anything comes your way which is kind of criticizing or whatever, Jupiter is going to completely protect you from criticisms to a degree. It will be up to you, though, to also be aware of how you are criticizing others, because this is a lower mind energy. So it's the analysis mind. It's not the mind that's, oh, let's see the big picture. This is the part of the mind that is more detailed. So you may feel a little bit more critical of others. You might be a lot more detailed with how you're breaking things down. And depending on who you're dealing with, they might feel like that's like too much. So you might want to watch how you deliver it. You do have wisdom to give on how you can see things in its detail, but how you deliver it will be the key. And you may, with Jupiter, find a great way to deliver it in which it is more objective and people can embrace it.